Let's take a look at the Craftsman Truck Series points after 10 races. Everything got scrunched back together after Portland. Not a lot happened there. It's pretty much exactly how it looked before Portland, but everything, like I said, just got tighter. But Bigfoot makes a jump into the top 10, or was he in the top 10 before Portland? I can't remember. And you see, again, all the usual suspects, but everything can change coming up here. We're officially 1/3 of the way through the season, and my prediction of Marie Antoinette breaking into the top 10, I don't even know if I voiced that in the video at Portland, but there she is, 1 point out of the top 10. She was able to gain a lot of points on Walker there. At Portland, you see Bob Vila, and I put little 20s and a 20 and a 30 over there to give us a better idea on where some drivers are exactly in the points. We're gonna hit Talladega now, and all these points can be jumbled, and this is the big race. This is the big race to get Walker Texas Ranger to come back down to earth a little bit.
Gentlemen, start your engines, brothers!
Under the scorching heat, we are here at the largest track on the circuit. This is Talladega Super Speedway in Lincoln, Alabama. We're here for the 11th stop in the Craftsman Truck Series this season. It is the Jurassic Park 175. Conan O'Brien on the pole, his second pole this season. I think he pooped the bed at Daytona. I know he pooped the bed at Daytona, and I think that gave him the pole at Atlanta, our second race of the season. I'm starting on the outside. Basically, like just our point system, it's just a flip from the results at Portland. There's a sense of desperation in the air for a lot of these drivers. We all need Walker Texas Ranger to fall a little bit. I need him to fall a little bit too, because I mean, none of my drivers are doing anything. Marie Antoinette, and that's it. I think it was Willy Wonka and Pete Rose are bringing up the rear in the points now. The Cardi B's down there too, and I know my other drivers, Nathan Jessup, Marie Antoinette, and Julia Caesar are all in the top 20, so that's good.
Just be smart now, don't jump your restart.
But Talladega is another one of those races where some people that usually don't watch the videos jump in. We have 11 different YouTube commenters with 3 different trucks. Whoever finishes in first place in the points gets $100. But to spice it up, I have me and 6 of my teammates, so 7 AC Racing drivers. And for every AC Racing driver that finishes above the top finishing YouTube commenter in the final standings, $10 gets knocked off the 100. So if me and 2 other AC Racing drivers finish 1, 2, 3 in the points, I only have to give away $70. Anyway, we're going green.
Just be smart now, don't jump your restart.
I'm trying not to jump the restart, Jack. I need Conan O'Brien to go, is what I need.
Green flag, green flag. Green, green, green.
That's good. I'm just jiving. Driving. I'm just diving down here right away. We got 66 laps here, moderate damage. My name's Adam. Thanks for checking out the video. But yeah, we go from Portland, where I bemoaned the fact that it wasn't very action-packed, to Talladega, where it can be argued it's not that action-packed, you know, just driving around. That's just the name of the game. We're going to drive around and wait for our moment to strike late in the race.
Oh, okay.
Inside. Still there. Inside. Still there.
Kind of cut off Rod Woodson there, but that's totally fine.
Still there. Inside.
Probably won't be doing the snapshots
Still there. Inside.
like I have been doing this season. Forgot to set the Bee Gees clock. But with laps being 55 seconds, we can
Still
do,
there. Inside.
what, 4 laps?
Still there.
Actually took a few days away from the game, more than I've been usually doing between the races. That's why it sounded like I had no idea what the standings look like. I couldn't remember what I was talking about. But we're all right. And I took a few days off because I
All clear.
starting to make some moves on the new new spotter pack. It's definitely looking like we'll have it ready to go at Dover. This is race 11. Charlotte's race 12. Dover is race 13. We should have it ready to go by Dover. Really looking forward to it.
Outside.
McGruber cutting down on the inside of your mom right now. I do want to get out here and lead a lap, get a bonus point.
Outside. Still there. Clear high.
I accidentally hit the brakes there going into one.
Still outside.
So we're losing this pack here a little bit, but we should be able to get him in the turn here.
Still there. Still outside. Clear high.
Hopefully they go 3 wide or something, and it will really help us. But Rod Woodson with a power move around me after I hit my brakes. But we're all right. So we're officially on lap 5. Anything goes now. Any wrecks, anything goes. Probably should put up a little disclaimer
Outside.
why I do the wreck clock. For the uninitiated, who don't know what the hell I'm talking about. What's he talking about the Bee Gees for?
Still there.
I hit the brakes again. I don't know why I'm doing that. This is a wide open track here, guy.
Still outside.
Conan O'Brien, the pole sitter, not anymore. This is what I was talking about with
Still outside.
anything goes this race. The points can really
Still there.
points can really change. If you have pretty much any drivers, except for, I hate to say it, but I know my drivers are the bottom 2. But any of those
Still outside.
bottom 10, 12 drivers, you got to start making your move. You got to start
Outside. Still there.
got to start doing something here in the
Still outside.
now that the first third of the race of the season's done.
Still outside.
Got to start doing something.
Still there.
We do have a random caution here somewhere. Pit window's 29 to 31 laps, but it might be smaller than that.
Still there. 3 wide. 2 of them outside.
And we'll just keep an eye on that.
On your line. Hold your line. Outside, 3 wide, 2 of them outside, 3 wide.
Looks like Pablo Escobar may have led a lap up there. There's another red truck in the lead right now.
Still outside.
Or no, it's Gritty in the orange 75 machine, Campbell Racing. Here's Mr. Miyagi in front of me. Bryce, one of Bryce's 3 trucks. His other trucks are Rod Woodson and Tard Ferguson, and they're all pretty much right beside each other in the points. And I'm talking in the mid 20s in the points, maybe low 20s. So Bryce really needs his team to wake up. Got Phil Soborowski in front of me in the Conan O'Brien truck. Conan O'Brien's just been lurking in the weeds all season. Nothing really to talk about with him. But Pablo Escobar for Phil Soborowski's team has been flirting with the top 10. He's definitely the flagship truck for the team. And Hank Hill is his 3rd driver, and he's at the very bottom, like near the bottom of the standings. Just a couple of bad finishes early on. Gave away 1 or 2 races, I think, on some late pit stops. Probably got screwed over by some of those random cautions. Just a series of unfortunate events for Phil Soborowski Racing. In front of me here right now is Hulk Hogan, part of the RFY Racing team with Randy Savage and John Denver. Randy Savage has been in the top 10 for a while in points. John Denver seems like he's just been in 14th place all season. Like it doesn't seem like he really moves too much. He hasn't been dropping. He doesn't really do anything either. So we'll see if that can change. And then the Hulkster has run into problems. He's run into let some laps at Pikes Peak.
All clear.
I think he had the DNF at Rockingham. I should know this stuff, but I know there was a stretch of races where
Great job, buddy.
3 or 4 races
Great job.
where he started kind of near the front, and then I always found myself passing him later in the race,
Still there.
just as part of a whole train of trucks passing him. So it just seemed like something was off with him in the early part of the season. Hopefully he can rebound. Behind me in the rear view, about to pass me on the inside, is Billy Ocean. That is definitely a name, definitely a truck to keep your eye on here.
Still there.
He's been kind of like John Denver recently, just lurking in that 10th to 15th place range.
All clear.
He definitely raised some eyebrows at Trenton when I saw him making moves. And that's a Jacob Squeaks truck. Jacob Squeaks also has Smokey the Bear, who's not doing the best this season.
Keep digging.
And the 3rd member of the team is actually Deanna Ratliff,
Outside.
owning the Oscar the Grouch truck. Oscar the Grouch with 2 wins early this season. And he's contended for a couple of other wins too. I mean, it's not... If things go a little bit differently at Phoenix, he gets a 3rd win this season.
All
Pretty
clear.
incredible. Albert Einstein here in the 19. That's Campbell Racing. He has...
Outside.
I got to block Hank Hill there.
Still outside.
Albert Einstein. Campbell Racing has
Still outside.
him,
Still outside.
Gritty, the Philadelphia Flyers mascot,
Just be nice and patient.
and Darth Vader. Darth Vader,
Awesome, buddy. Just set him up right here. Now
it's
you
just
get it.
wild. It seems like every team I've mentioned so far, they have a driver that's like bringing up the rear, not doing too good. And Darth Vader's had just some weird DNFs that all these trucks are rated equally, but Darth Vader seems to always be having problems. And Gritty had the win at Pikes Peak, but Albert Einstein is he's the front runner for Campbell Racing. Okay, we have a truck that pitted, ladies and gentlemen. There's a slow truck on the apron, probably coming out of pit road. We'll see who it is. I haven't seen it yet. You've probably seen it by now. In the great simulcast I try to do. I'm going to try to guess it as we get close. I refuse to look and see who it is. It's not Walker. It's a darker truck. Oh man, my early guess is I have no clue. Okay, now I'm starting to feel some dark green action. If that's Turd Ferguson, I will flip out. It's not Turd. It looks like it's going to be Wednesday Addams. If I have to guess. No, it might be Daenerys. I'm going to bet my house it's Daenerys Targaryen right now. That is a B Spinney truck. B Spinney has Daenerys. Get out of here, Hanko. B Spinney has Daenerys Targaryen, Dwight Schrute, and MacGruber. Dwight Schrute's been another one of those Billy Ocean, John Denver type trucks, hanging out 15th, 16th, 17th through 10th through 11th place. Can't quite break into the top 10. I want to say Dwight Schrute broke into the top 10 maybe once, but can't remember. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar right here. He had a purple paint scheme early in the season. I've changed those up for a while. This is from Chad Crow Racing. Chad Crow has Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Alex Trebek from Jeopardy, and Newman from Seinfeld. And if the Billy Oceans and John Denvers and Dwight Schrutes of the world have been 11th through 15th and 16th, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has been like 25th through 30th all season. Hasn't been able to get anything. He's been making some moves recently. He had two straight P2 finishes. But Chad Crow Racing also has Newman from Seinfeld, who's had 3 DNFs, and it just seems like he's always in trouble. And Alex Trebek is his big, is the top dog in the garage there in Chad Crow Racing. Yet again, another one of those drivers kind of hanging out between 11th and 20th all season, just hasn't been able to make a push. But somebody has to win the season. Somebody has to lose the season. That's just the way it goes. And I wish I would have done a better breakdown in our first season, doing the fictional drivers and flipping the grid, everybody equal kind of thing. Because you break the season up into thirds, things look a little bit different. Michael Bolton was trash in the first half of the season, ended up being the top point getter in the final 15 races, was able to sneak into the top 10 by the end of the season to make it into the Legends Series. But it's all about who wins the points for this season. Walker Texas Ranger looking good, but I mean, we've seen Turd Ferguson. We saw Turd Ferguson pretty much completely crumble from the points lead. So and that only happened. It happened over a span of like 2-3 races, and that was it. And I don't want to say Turd Ferguson's season's over because guess what? We're still early in the season, but
Still out.
I don't know, brother.
Still outside.
I'm gonna start
Keep digging.
setting up my pit stop here.
2 tires. 2 right side tires.
Right sides only.
Still there.
All right, we'll do left sides.
We'll do left side tires. Left side tires. Still there. Keep digging. Still outside. All clear. Outside. Still outside.
Oh, random caution.
Down, caution down.
I went silent there real quick because I was gonna skip a few laps. But the random caution comes out.
Still outside.
I'd love to get around Jamaican crooner Billy Ocean right here. To lead a few laps under caution, but Billy Ocean, if he can get off pit road in first, he's going to get a free couple of laps led here.
Caution is out, buddy. Caution is out. Roll on the throttle. Pace car has the field. Get caught up there, buddy.
All right, here we go. There has to be pit stops here. I'm pitting at the very end of pit road, having started second.
Pit road will be open this time.
So I'd love to get a nice entry here.
Pit
And
road speed 55. 3,500 seconds.
Scoot.
The pace car and the triable.
scoot up to the
The pace car
front of
and the
pit road,
triable.
get a good stop.
Watch your speed. Watch your speed. 3,500 seconds.
Really focused right now. We'll have Conan O'Brien flying in front of us eventually, so we got to be careful of that. Let's put on some nice good brakes
I'll
here.
stop you out here on pit road, buddy. Fill it up with fuel.
Left sides only. Daenerys staying out on the track.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, we're getting out in the lead.
Speed 55. 3,500 seconds. Dig, buddy. Line up behind the 5. Same old driver, just a different day, buddy. Way to work 'em. Some clean air here, buddy. Let's just get a nice rhythm here.
Merge when you can. Don't wreck anybody.
Hopefully not too moderate damage this race. Hopefully not too many trucks are giving each other the business on pit road right now. It's definitely something you have to survive if you want to win this Jenkins Cup Championship.
Big wreck in the pit.
Well, I just got to call out that there was a big wreck in the pits, so... All right, getting ready for the restart. Will be 42 to go at the line. I've led a few caution laps here. Feels good. Daenerys Targaryen, of course, pitted. Back when she had some issues. So she didn't have to pit here. She's only one lap down.
Ready?
And we lost Randy Savage. What happened to Randy Savage? I was just looking at the standings. He has a suspension issue, DNF, for the Macho Man.
Nice and easy, bud. Nice and easy. Green, green, green.
And here I am starting the field yet again
Inside.
on the outside of row one, basically.
Still there. Inside. Be on your toes with these flappers. Still there. Inside.
We're
All
gonna
clear.
cut down in front of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and I saw the quote-unquote wreck in the pits. And I guess the call-out was about Rod Woodson slamming into Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But with moderate damage, doesn't seem like either took on anything major there. Man, what a shocker. I was just scrolling my phone during some caution laps. And then I get ready to turn my brain on again, and I see Randy Savage is out of the race. Incredible. That's how quickly you can turn here in the Craftsman Truck Series. They can sneak, just the way everything's set up with us following Daenerys and drafting off of her. There might be a way for me to lead the most laps here. Looks like we do have somebody kind of off the pack back there. Not sure what's happening. Willy Wonka. God. Jeez Louise. Willy Wonka's now a lap down. Guess he pitted, but then there's also another truck hanging off the pack, and looks like that's MacGruber. I don't know why I'm so mad. It's not the best start for some drivers, especially MacGruber. I mean, hasn't been. I mean, that's a B Spinney truck here as well. So B Spinney having a rough start to the middle part of our season here. Wonka, that worthless piece of garbage on pit road, one of my drivers. I really think what happened is AC Racing invested everything in Mark Martin's truck and just doesn't give a crap about the rest of the garage.
Inside.
So lap 25 was the restart. And with pretty much a 30-lap window here, we'll pit around lap 55 with 11 to go, which is probably just going to be splashes and goes. Maybe two tires, but I don't know. There's Fleetwood Mac, the winner. They've proven to be a restrictor plate whisperer. They won at Daytona. That's a Ron Guay truck. Ron Guay has Fleetwood Mac, Joe Dirt, and Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. I got to block R.A. Kaiser back there, the John Wilkes Booth DuPont truck. And look, okay, let's not get too crazy. Walker Texas Rangers up here, but I mean, he started up near the front this race. It's no big deal. Dwight Schrute, B Spinney truck coming up behind me now, though. But yeah, Ron Guay, I mean, the first 3 or 4 races of the season, he had all 3 of his trucks in the top 10, but then Dorothy started collapsing, and it's come down to Joe Dirt and Fleetwood Mac for Ron Guay, and Joe Dirt's definitely, Joe Dirt has a win, and just seems like he's the class of their garage.
Inside. Still there, inside. Still there, inside.
Yeah, but there's no team. There's Dwight Schrute, B Spinney. Here's Edward Scissorhands, and that is R.A. Kaiser. R.A. Kaiser has Edward Scissorhands, John Wilkes Booth, and Doc Holliday. Oh, there's Doc Holliday right there in the I'm Your Huckleberry lemonade machine. R.A. Kaiser was one that, just like Ron Guay, he was one of those teams that had three decent trucks to start the season, but Doc Holliday's collapsed. pretty much like Turd Ferguson. Bob Vila there in the Jimmy Johnson 48 Sears Craftsman This Old House truck. That's Dumb Man Low runs that team. He has Bob Vila and he has Bigfoot and Godzilla as teammates, and actually Bigfoot's on the inside right here. And Godzilla is going to be coming up right behind Alex Trebek eventually. So I'm keeping lap 55 in the back of my mind as pit stops here. Let's be careful coming out of this turn 3 wide. Stay in the middle lane. There we go. Dwight Schrute just hung out to dry right now. Darth Vader, we talked about Campbell Racing.
Hold your line. Clear high. Outside. 3 wide. You're in the middle.
And here comes your mom.
3 wide. You're in the middle. Inside.
Coming up behind Albert Einstein is your mom in the 46
Hold your line.
Superflow truck. That is Matt Geiger owns that truck. He also owns Walker Texas Ranger, the points leader right now, and Wednesday Adams, who hasn't been doing too well. That's why I immediately assumed it was Wednesday falling off the pack here early, but it ended up being Daenerys.
Outside. Still outside. All clear.
Yeah, the whole field just needs a break from Walker Texas Ranger, man.
Outside.
And I think it's coming. He's definitely not some untouchable force.
Outside. Still outside. Still outside.
What would have been scary is if Portland didn't immediately follow Bristol. Because Bristol's where Walker Texas Ranger gained points on everybody pretty much. And if he had another race after that where he could gain some more points, look out.
Still outside.
And then maybe start at the middle of the pack or something at Portland and not really lose the lead he gained at Bristol, you know? I don't know.
Still outside.
Willy Wonka 5 laps down now. And I'm guessing MacGruber just got hung up by one of those trucks that maybe had to pit. Because MacGruber's jumped into 19th. If that was even him that was falling off the pack, it looked like it was him by the standings I look at. But MacGruber has rebounded. Just a comeback for the ages.
Still outside.
Has been able to get back into the thick of it here. So yeah, we have 37 trucks right now battling for the lead, all within 1.53 seconds of each other. Daenerys Targaryen 2 laps down. Willy Wonka 5 laps down. Randy Savage with a suspension issue has DNF'd. He will start on the pole at the Charmin 600, formerly the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. It's the Charmin 600, or it's the Charmin 200 now. So Randy Savage will definitely have a chance to rebound, but he has to survive the longest race of the season at Charlotte. Rosa Parks, the defending champion there, although she can't defend her win.
Still outside. Still outside. Keep digging. Clear high. Outside.
We got 30 laps to go, man.
Let's go get these boys. I see you. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
We're really going to get down to it here. It's all about this final round of pit stops. Hopefully there's no caution. I just saw Bigfoot's spoiler kind of flicker, so he's probably gotten into it somewhere.
Still outside.
And then, yeah, hopefully no
Still outside.
beat up trucks affect the race like they did at Daytona. So far, it's looking good on that front.
All clear.
John Denver trying to make a move on Bigfoot here. Looks like he is going to make that pass. He'll probably eventually lead a lap here. With 29 to go, your mom leads the train around Talladega. John Denver, Bigfoot, Mark Martin, Billy Ocean, Marie Antoinette, Oscar the Grouch. Let's not sleep on Oscar the Grouch. Smokey the Bear, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Alex Trebek round out the top 10 here.
If you need protection, Nick Escalante is your man.
I just want to lead a braver life.
I'll put your dukes up. Let me see what you got. That's it?
Well, for now, yes.
Last night, a close personal friend of mine was treated with some disrespect.
Burt Reynolds in the role you've been waiting for.
Want to know how long it's going to take you to die? I'll give you a hint. Think in days.
Heat, rated R.
Starts Friday, March 13th at a theater near you.
All right, welcome back to Lincoln, Alabama. The Jurassic Park 175. Getting down to it here. We have 23 laps to go. Programming note, stay tuned after the race for a all new episode of Samantha Brown's Places to Love. Follow the exciting and affable Samantha Brown as she visits places around the world and finds out the the key to all of the communities
Still there. Inside.
comes down to one thing: the people.
3 wide. You're in the
That's
middle.
Samantha Brown's Places to Love, all new episode immediately after today's race, only on PBS Sports, or PBS, the official. I got nothing.
Your line. Clear high. Outside.
Okay.
3 wide. You're in the middle. Inside.
We're coming up on Willy Wonka
Three
here. We
wide,
have
you're in the
22 to
middle.
go.
Inside. 3 wide. You're in the middle. Hold your line.
And looks like there was actually a pitter. So
Still outside.
hold your balls right now.
Tires. 2 right side tires. All clear.
McGruber and Dwight Schrute off the pack a bunch now.
Still
So I think one of these pitters. Let's see.
Still there.
Any wild moves here? I don't see any. I don't think we got pitters here.
Still there. Clear high. Outside.
But who is that
Still outside.
bullcrap truck up there? I'm guessing that's Willy Wonka and Daenerys, and that's
Still
it.
there.
And then Dwight Schrute and
Still outside.
McGruber are just off the pack for some reason.
Still outside. Still there.
But this is going to
Still
be,
outside.
yeah, that's Daenerys and Willy Wonka.
Still outside.
This is going to get chaotic here. I know I said lap 55 might be the next round of stops,
3 wide, 2 of them outside.
but you just don't know what the what they're going to do here, what kind of calculations they're going to make.
Still there. 3 wide, 2 of them outside.
And I got punted from,
Outside.
I was
3
leading, I
wide,
was near
2
the
of them
front of the
outside.
pack
Outside.
all race pretty much.
Still outside.
Really got shuffled to the back at the worst time
Still outside.
as we encounter these slower trucks,
Just be careful and be smart, buddy.
which aren't agonizingly slow, but
3
just
wide, 2 of them outside.
there's just a
Outside.
little
3
hitch in the
wide,
giddy
2 of
up
them
of the
outside. Outside. Still outside.
train going around Talladega right now.
Still outside.
Yeah, McGruber and Dwight Schrute have really fallen off. I don't know. And then Julius Caesar is a second off as well. Uh-oh, wait a minute.
Caution down.
Is that a wreck? Is the question of the day.
Keep digging, come on. Clear high. Big wreck in turn 3.
Big wreck in turn 3.
Outside.
I'm gonna survive this.
Outside. Pit road is closed, but all clear.
That was, I think, that has to be a Willy Wonka
Outside.
Daenerys situation, just bunching up the field.
Clear high. Outside. Caution is out, buddy. Caution.
Pit stops But I guess not. Look at this. There's a lot of trucks staying out here. I'm going in. Just mathematically, you got to take on some fuel here.
Your road speed 55, 3,500 seconds. The pace car and the tri-album.
So I guarantee you, whoever's on pit road right now is in good shape to win this thing.
Watch your speed, watch your speed. 3,500
I have no clue why some of those trucks stayed out. I thought that was pretty much a lock that we were all coming in for fuel.
They're gonna stop you out here on pit road, buddy.
I'm kind of leaving you in suspense right now on who was involved in this wreck.
Pace car in turn 1.
Go, 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 go.
Your road speed 55, 3,500 seconds. Dig, buddy. Line up behind the 19.
Merge when you can. Don't wreck anybody.
All right, let's take a look at the wreck here. John Wilkes Booth, sorry to say, has DNF with a gearbox issue. And I thought he would have been the one up here that like blew his engine or something that caused the wreck, but that's not the case. So we're gonna keep her cruising right here. And your mom got moved to the back. I already can see what's happening. Your Newman and your mom are gonna get into it right here. Just Kareem Abdul-Jabbar spooked him a little bit here. You can see him. You can see Kareem try to get under him, and Newman was like, "Well, I'm gonna give him room." And there was just not enough room. Hank Hill, wow. Hank Hill involved, but Hank Hill moved up the track a bunch there. So, not as big a wreck as I was envisioning, but we'll see who else got collected. Nothing major, just your mom. Dorothy's probably hurt. You can see Dorothy taking a hit there on the back of the 51 of Nathan Jessup in the Code Red machine. And John Denver got moved to the back of the pack. We're about to see if he took a hit. That's with moderate damage, that is survivable. But poor Phil has two of his trucks here. RFY Racing. Matt Geiger with your mom. Ron Guay with Dorothy. But everyone else pretty much survived, and that's probably not going to be a big deal as far as the damage on those trucks. However, I do want to take a look at who stayed out here. Of course Walker came in. Of course. It just seems like we're done pitting, but anyone who stays out has to pit again. I'm sorry. And we'll let that really bleed through so we can get a look. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Miyagi, Scissorhands, Pete Rose, Grouch, Denver, your mom, Albert Einstein. Campbell Racing was on. They're on to something here. And of course, Walker Texas Ranger, Matt Geiger on pit road. But these are trucks that don't have to pit again. And I still think these other trucks that stayed out have to pit. Well, maybe not. We got some more trucks pitting that aren't a lap down. I'm not sure why they didn't pit the first time around. But we still have some trucks that haven't pitted yet. So it's going to be chaos down the stretch, I feel. Weirdly, a third round of pit stops. We got to be getting the one to go here. Conan O'Brien, Fleetwood Mac, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, it looks like, on pit road. Okay, getting ready for the restart. We're going to have 15 to go at the line. And we actually got another pitter. I don't know what happened here, gang. Somebody's dropping off up there to pit. Pace car is moving down onto pit road. That might be Daenerys again. Or Willy Wonka. I don't know.
Be ready.
No, is that Joe Dirt? Unbelievable. That is Joe Dirt. Giving up his second place spot here right before the restart and pitting. Man, big hit for Ron Guay there.
Green.
Let's get a good restart here. I saw what happened. Still didn't see what happened to Macho Man. I forgot to check that, but I saw... Oh, man, what is this? We got some trucks real slow. That's Bob Vila, and I think that was teammates there. I don't know what's happening here. This is... The end of the race got kind of janked here. But I think some trucks are out of fuel or something. They just didn't calculate that correctly. I don't know why they'd be out of fuel already. But Mark Martin, it's not Mark Martin's problem. And everybody's pitting. Yeah, everything got messed up somehow.
Leaders don't hit road, buddy.
Nope, the leader's out on the track right
Good
now.
job, buddy. Nice, smooth, and hit your mark. Just keep a good pace. You're doing good.
Let's check out the intervals. Because I may exercise a random caution here. The competition yellow. No, competition yellow is not going to work because a bunch of trucks are going to go a lap down. I just wanted to squeeze everyone back together and try to get a good finish. But I mean, I'm just going low. That's not illegal right there. I was just trying to see what was going on. We got a slow car on the apron here. Turd Ferguson. Mark Martin dominating the race right now. 3-second lead on the field. But they're going to be coming.
Those are good laps, buddy. Straight, smooth. Just be nice and patient.
Rod Woodson, P29 a lap down. Turd Ferguson, P34. Wow. But, man, Albert Einstein in second. Walker, Texas Ranger is in third. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. And they're coming in hot right now. Another pitter here. Or no, that's Turd Ferguson trying to get around to pit road. I mean, some trucks were able to figure out that they needed fuel, and some didn't. I don't understand that at all.
Inside. Still there, inside.
But we're still going to have a 20-truck battle for the win. And we're going to be coming to 10 to go here.
Still there, inside.
Rod Woodson is a lap down, but we do have Smokey the Bear, Newman,
Still there, inside.
Pablo Escobar's a lap down.
All clear.
Just
Behind your
got some new faces up here for sure. Trying to get a win.
Outside. Still outside.
Yeah, I mean, just everything's random. The whole season's all about the randomness, and on a 20-year-old game, stuff's gonna happen. And if you're Jacob Squeaks and Chad Crow right now, you're like, what? This is totally fine. That's Jacob Squeaks in the Smokey the Bear truck, Newman in the Chad Crow truck. And Walker's making a move.
Still there.
Fleetwood Mac up here going for the win.
Inside.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Okay, yeah. Any trucks that pitted
There, inside.
after the green flag are not going to be in contention.
Clear low, buddy.
But John Denver's here. We got a mess of trucks coming up. Just a bunch of random lappers, all kinds of varying speeds. It's going to get wild here. But I do not anticipate any weird pit stops here at the end, because we've all pitted.
Outside.
But this is going to be, I mean, just looking at everything right now, Oscar the Grouch is P8. He's going for the win. I'm up here.
Clear high.
But for the most part, wow, I keep on going down the standings. Edward Scissorhands is the next top 10 driver, and he's P15. Albert Einstein up there. But all of the top 10 drivers in points that we were seeing, and they lost a bunch of spots to Walker at Bristol. They're doing it again. Big move by Fleetwood Mac here. Let's be careful.
Still outside.
Or Turf Ferguson's just slow. Never mind.
Clear high.
Or off the pace. Or no, he's slow. I'm trying to think of the right way to say it. He's not up to speed. I don't think his truck's damaged.
Behind your toes on these lappers. Great job doing awesome, buddy. Just set him up right here. Now you'll get him. Outside. 3 wide. 2 of them
Don't look now, but
outside.
Fleetwood Mac leading yet another
All clear.
restrictor plate track down the stretch.
Inside.
But yeah, lap down. You probably could tell if your truck ended up a lap down or not. Oh boy, I was looking at standings.
Still there.
Didn't see we were going 3 wide there.
Inside. 3 wide. 2 of them inside.
I gotta back out a little bit.
Inside. 3 wide. 2 of them inside. Inside. 3 wide. 2 of them inside.
I may sneakily lead the most laps this race. I let a bunch under that one caution.
Inside.
Just slowly racked up some laps there while the field caught up.
Still there. Inside.
Your mom was involved in that wreck, but she's back up here contending for the win. Mr. Miyagi
Still there. Inside.
is for position. Conan O'Brien up here contending for the win.
All clear.
But the field will be coming up on, I don't know. I don't know who's coming. McGruber ended up a lap down. Wow. And I saw that McGruber thing with him and Dwight Schrute. They just got caught behind Daenerys on one of those things, which might have been when I was at commercial and I showed it in a replay or something.
5 to go. Just keep hitting those marks.
I've written down pretty much everything I've wanted to cover, so hopefully I'm showing everything that's happened
Outside.
to your favorite driver.
Still there. Still outside.
Let's not sleep on Darth Vader here in the 8 truck.
Still outside.
Dwight Schrute in the lead right now. Oscar the Grouch
Still outside.
laying in the cut. Trying to sneakily get a 3rd win this
Two of them
season.
Outside. Outside.
But I will say I don't know where Walker went. I think Walker just got moved to the back of this little pack. He's P13 right now.
Still there. 3 wide, 2 of them outside.
Working in the weeds like a bastard.
Outside, 3 wide, 2 of them outside. 3 wide, 2 of them outside. You can see those boys up there. Get up there and run with them. Outside, still there. Still there.
Tell you what, don't sleep on a win. I mean, Dwight Schrute's in the lead right now, and he might not be in 5 seconds. But Dwight Schrute getting a win would be unbelievable for B Spinney. With some of these other top 10 drivers having a bad day, Dwight Schrute could sneak into the top 10. Have some luck at Charlotte, and he might just be firmly planted in the top 10 for a while. Three to go at the line here. We're going to be coming up on some lappers. Looks like they're lined up and going pretty fast. So it shouldn't have too big of an effect on what's going on here, you know. We're dropping in behind John Denver right now. I gotta block Edward Scissorhands. Just trying to get him to fall in line and play ball. Bigfoot is in this lead little group here, but he's a lap down. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar will drop down in front of us, no problem. Where'd Newman go? Newman dropped. Yeah. It's hard to really know where everybody's at, but 2 to go at the line. Dwight Schrute still leading this pack.
2 to go at the line. Stay after.
John Denver's going to get hung out to dry here, and I don't like Oscar the Grouch lurking right now. He's right behind Dwight Schrute, waiting to make a move. Sorry, Matt Geiger, we got to block Walker, Texas Ranger. I'm going to start putting the blocks on here. All right, now Bigfoot is a lap down up in this group, right? Yeah, I don't see him up here. Yeah, he's a lap down. And he's kind of protecting Dwight Schrute from this whole field. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to sneak up. Probably going to be the best chance. The best chance to, yeah. The best driver that, the only driver that has an opportunity to pass Dwight Schrute. I'm trying to do 5 things at once here. He's making a move. If John Denver went down with him, he probably had a shot. I don't know if he's going to be able to squeeze under Dwight there. No, I don't think so. I'm trying to read the shadows on the track. Dwight Schrute's going to take this home for B Spinney. Walker Texas Ranger's going to finish in the top 10 again, but and we'll see how it's the way it goes, man. A lot of bad luck for some drivers, but a lot of good luck for other drivers this race.
Great job doing awesome, buddy. Just set him up right here now. You'll get him. Nice and easy. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
All right, taking a look at the results here at the end of yet another messy race of NR 2003. Dwight Schrute gets the big W for B Spinney. Oscar the Grouch started P36, finishes P4. That's going to be big for him. Walker, P6. Sneaky good finish for Conan O'Brien there. Albert Einstein maintains his... he's going to maintain his place in the top 10 and probably move up. Edward Scissorhands, you know, he finished good. Finished well at Portland, and obviously finished well here. Hank Hill with a sneaky top 10. Darth Vader, hopefully he's going to get his ship righted this season. Newman as well. Miyagi. Some new names up here, so you know what that means. That means there's some big names in the back half of the results. And in the back half, Joe Dirt finishes P22. He decided to not pit those 3 times and decided to pit on the actual restart lap. That really killed him there. Hogan and Gritty, seems like they're always together. I know they had a dust up, at Las Vegas, I think, early in the season. or maybe I think it was Las Vegas or Rockingham on pit road. So it seems like they're always together, even when they're both, you know, they get pushed to the back of the pack. Bigfoot, Pablo Escobar has been dropping off some there. And then over on the right, Rod Woodson, Dorothy, and Godzilla. We definitely saw a lot of Rod Woodson and Dorothy at Portland, and they ended up staying. They ended up moving to the back here as well. And then Turd Ferguson. I mean, Bryce, it's almost getting to the point where we stop talking about Turd. I mean, there's other drivers to talk about, and he's just falling. There's nothing we can do about it. Mr. Miyagi might be your vessel from now on. And John Wilkes Booth, a surprising DNF, and Randy Savage, a surprising DNF. Both of those guys are top 10 in the points, so we'll see how that shakes out before the next race, which is going to be the big. It's going to be the big one. It's going to be Charlotte, a 200 miler, or no, I think 220 or something. I don't know. I'm really going all in on that, making it a long race. So we'll see who survives that one. And finally, going to the bonus points. I had a feeling I would just sneakily get the most laps led this race, and I did, so good for me. And you can see all the drivers that led laps here. Thankfully for all of us, Walker Texas Ranger did not lead a lap, so that's good. But oh shit, and then I just remembered, looking over at the 3 fastest laps, Dorothy, MacGruber, and Walker Texas Ranger got the 3 fastest laps of the race, because why not? And then the difficulty setting here, I had the slowest lap. So, I don't know. And that does it. That does it from Talladega. We'll be back here. The stakes will be much higher when we come back here later in the season. I think we'll be here with 4 races remaining in the season. And yeah, you know, we've had some messy pit road pitting stuff affecting the ends of the races. But that's just how it goes. That's how NR2003 is. That's how life is, if you really think about it. But yeah, the next race is the big one. Charlotte. I may have the spotter pack ready for that one. I'm not sure yet, but it's getting close. All right. Thanks for watching.